When I was working on this, I thought that a good Zeal talk should look something like Helen Prejean's story. You know, new awareness, inner awakening, spur to action, social justice. But my story starts out with a social justice setting, goes to inner awakening, new awareness, and spur to action. So here's how it starts. It's November 2004. Now, I don't know if that resonates with you. It might be that it's a repressed memory. But what's happening at the time is that in the US, George Bush has just been reelected president for a second term. Now, I worked part-time at the UN NGO, and this was not good news at the UN. So I was at the UN days after the election, and the US people were just walking around like zombies, like, we don't know what happened. So, but I saw a flyer advertising a speaker, and the title went something like, "Wondering what happened? Come to this session and find out." Well, okay, so I went. The room was packed. And the speaker was a man by the name of Dr. Don Beck, and he spoke about our polarized political process in terms of levels of development and people's different worldviews. He used a lot of vivid examples from his experience in South Africa in the end days of apartheid. And he said that the answer to polarization is more evolved consciousness towards wholeness and integration. Now, we hear a lot about that now, but 7 years ago, this was new stuff, for me anyway. Well, I listened to this. Here's my inner awakening. Developmental understanding, reconciling worldviews, greater unity. Sounds familiar. That's for me. Yes, yes, yes. Now, the new awareness. I learned change must happen. Not just the social justice kind of change or the convincing other people to change, which is my preference. But change on my part, really intentional change, the evolutionary kind. Now the spur to action. It sounds great, and then it turns out that giving myself over to an evolutionary developmental worldview in practice means struggle. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, that's understandable, because this new kind of human being I'm aspiring to be hasn't yet been fully invented in the cultural world. But what is understandable is that looking at each significant point in our history, from Le Puy to St. Louis and beyond, I see evolutionaries everywhere. Thank you.